My name is Michelle Lara, and I have known Dr. Dan since 2011, so about 4 years. And when I first met Dr. Dan, I found that he was very personable. And I found that he was really amazing at really being able to listen to what I had to say and giving me the opportunity to really explain what my symptoms were instead of telling me what I was dealing with. He allowed me to vocalize and explain what was going on with myself. When I first started seeing Dr. Dan, I had some significant symptoms that he helped me understand why I was having those symptoms and what was causing them. And as my treatment progressed, my symptoms got better. Dr. Dan found a way to explain why I was having my symptoms while using the clinical terms. He also found layman's terms that made it possible for me to understand what was going on in a way that brought it down to my level of understanding, so that I was able to comprehend in my terms why I was having my symptoms. Dr. Dan was always so good at remembering everything that was going on with me, not just medically. He would even remember things about my personal life. So I felt like not only was Dr. Dan my doctor, he felt like he was my friend as well. So I felt like I had a really wonderful connection with Dr. Dan, somebody that I really felt like I could very much trust. Not only would I recommend Dr. Dan to other people, I have recommended him to my family members, people that I very much care about, and I have recommended Dr. Dan to my friends as well. Oh, I have heard wonderful things from my family members and friends about Dr. Dan. Everybody has loved him so far. Knowledgeable. Compassionate. Understanding. It's kind of a funny story how I got to know Dr. Dan. I got to know Dr. Dan because I was actually coming to the clinic when it was owned by by the other owner's father. So I've been coming to this clinic since, I believe, 2004. I feel that Dr. Dan is an incredible doctor. I think that if he were to decide to move to any other clinic, I would follow him. He is just absolutely amazing in what he does. He is so compassionate and considerate and knowledgeable. I would recommend him to anybody. He is fabulous in what he does.
My name is Brittany Saina, and I'm here to talk about how awesome Dr. Dan is. I was in a car accident in 2013. I actually was training for a half marathon at that time and was rear-ended and went through a lot of pain, about 2 years worth of ridiculousness and recovery and physical therapy and a couple of different chiropractors. And the one constant was my massage therapist, Cheryl, and she was awesome. And so she listened and helped me, and I was experiencing again some discomfort with stuff that's residual from that. My ribs come out and my joints like to come out of place. And she said, well, I know a new chiropractor. I think he's going to be really awesome. You should go see him. So I came here and immediately I loved it here. The girls are so friendly and nice, and Dr. Dan is really friendly and he listens, which is kind of, I don't want to say it's rare, but not all doctors, they might listen, but he really listens to not only what the pain I'm feeling of is, but he listens to what I'm thinking about in terms of treatment, what I can do. You know, a lot of doctors will, oh, okay, I want you to go home and do this. And I can just blatantly tell him I'm not good with homework, and he knows and can adjust accordingly, which is really nice. Not everyone can do that. With follow-up, he's really good. I don't get the sense that, some doctors, they'll look at you and, it's blank stare for like the first 30 seconds until they remember, what was your issue, because I know they have a ton of patients. He's very good at that. It's seamless from appointment to appointment. I very rarely have to remind him of this issue or that issue, or no, it's this side that hurts, not that side. He's really good about just remembering, and it's, very seamless care. So either he takes really good notes or he has a great memory. Either way works great for me. Initially, the first couple of adjustments, it's like, relief right away, and you immediately start to see improvement. But with any treatment from any car accident, you take 5 steps forward and 3 steps back. So I've had a couple of setbacks, but we've been able to really kind of get me right back on it. I'm at a maintenance point now where I don't have to come in twice a week or once a week. Even, twice a month is pretty much more than enough for me, so, which is nice. It's nice to not be aching and not be in pain all the time. And it took, I think I've been seeing him since February, so maybe 6 months total. But, there was running in the middle of that, and, trips and planes and flights, and just life gets in the way of, recovery. If you could just rest all the time, everything would be fine and you'd be healed in a month, but it doesn't really work that way. So, my favorite thing about Dr. Dan, just as a chiropractor, is that he's not, what's the word I'm thinking of? He's not too timid. He's not afraid. I adjust very easily, typically. And some chiropractors have been afraid to adjust me, basically, because they were afraid that they would adjust this and that would come out of place. He doesn't seem timid at all. I'm very comfortable that he's comfortable knowing obviously he knows what he's doing. He's went to school and been doing this for a long time, but it's more than that. It's like it's very reassuring to be with him, because he knows what he's doing. He's comfortable doing it. He's not shy. He's not timid. I can require a little bit of force sometimes with my adjustments, and he's always been really great about that. So I like that about him. And the other thing is he listens. My neck hurts, and then I get up and move around. Okay, nope, I still have a pinch here. And, oh, okay, well let's get you down. Let's adjust one last thing. And so he's really great about making sure that I feel good when I walk out, which not everyone cares enough to do that. I think the first appointment, I just came in, he listened to my history, listened to kind of me talk about my body and what hurts specifically, and then some hands-on, testing different, okay, how does this feel? Like he basically essentially feels where your bones are at, knowing mentally where they're supposed to be, and then works to get them back in there. I don't know what the specific position is called, but my favorite adjustment is I lay on my side, and then he kind of pulls one leg sort of very much down, and then we tuck the other leg up underneath me, and so he's kind of twisting, shifting, turning my body, and then breathe in, and as you breathe out, he sort of puts all of his weight, or not all of his weight, but his force into this one push, I guess, and it pushes everything very quickly back into place. My hips and my pelvis tend to come out a lot, and which causes pain in my low back. And so we're able to twist and turn and pull and push everything back into alignment. And then you stand up and all that pain is gone, so it's nice. I can imagine, though, he'd be really good with kids, because he seems very friendly and not, he's not a big scary doctor, right? He's very open, he's very conversational and really personable, and he's very easy to relate to. He's got a family of his own, and so you feel comfortable with him, I think. Like, if I brought my daughter, she would be very comfortable. Absolutely, I would recommend him to others. Of the chiropractors that I've seen, and I've seen a lot, I've probably been doing chiropractic care for maybe 10 or 12 years. He's definitely my favorite. I've seen at least a dozen, and he's definitely my favorite of all. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I would say he's my favorite. He's personable. Again, the ladies in the office, people don't realize that the gals at the front desk and handling your appointments and all that make a huge difference. You can have the greatest chiropractor in the world, but if you've got people helping you or helping him making your appointments and they're not as awesome, maybe they're nice, but they're not warm and really inviting. It isn't the same. It's not the same office, and I think that really makes a difference. Is that Dr. Dan has great girls. They are really nice to talk to. They remember, how was your trip? It's you definitely walk in and you feel like it's kind of a family here. So it makes you want to stick around for sure.